the hurdy-burdy's done, when the battle's lost and won, that will be ere the set of sun. Where the place? Upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth. I come, Grey Malkin, Paddock call, anon. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and fill the air.
What bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt the new estate.
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hearty soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood. It's two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of kerns and galloglosses is supplied, and fortune on his damned quarrel smiling showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak, for brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, like valor's minion carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chops and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
As once the sun gins his reflection, shipwracking storms and direful thunders break, so from that spring whence comfort seemed to come, discomfort swells. Mark, King of Scotland, mark. No sooner justice had, with valor arm, compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed, not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare, the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. Except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, or memorize another Golgotha. I cannot tell. I faint. My gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
What a haste looks through his eyes. Such a look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict. That Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons. Point against point, rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness.
That now Swinnow, the Norway's king, craves composition. Nor would we deign him burial of his men till he dispersed at St. Colm's Inch $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister? Killing swine.
Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, a right thee which the rum-fed Runyon cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger, but in a sieve I'll did a sailing like a rat without a tail. I'll do, and I'll do. If you win, thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other.
And the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know, in the shipman's card, I will drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid. Weary, same nights, 9 times 9, shall he win the peak and power. Though his God cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me.
Show me. Here I have a pilot's thumb, rocked as homeward he did come. A drum, a drum, a drum. Macbeth doth come. The weird sisters hand in hand, hostess of the sea and land, thus to go about, thrice to thine and thrice to mine and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to Forest? What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire, they look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that men may question? You seem to understand me. By each at once a chappy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
Old hair, Macbeth! Lady of Blows! Old hair, Macbeth! Lady of Blows! Old hair, Macbeth! Thou shalt be king hereafter!
Why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, aye, fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you seem. My noble partner you greet with present grace, and great prediction of noble having, and of royal hope that he seems rapt withal. To me, you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Lesser than Macbeth and greater, not so happy yet much happier. Thou shalt yet king, though thou be not. Old hair, Macbeth and
Stay, you empiric speakers, tell me more. By Sinel's death, I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak! Charge!
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air. And what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind.
What dead state?
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten of the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor, meant it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath happily received Macbeth the news of thy success.
And when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend, which should be thine or his. Silence with that, in viewing o'er the rest of the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself didst make, strange images of death. As thick as hail came post with post, and every one did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense, and poured them down before him.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor. In which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life that he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he labored in his country's wreck, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis, and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That promised home might yet enkindle you into the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange. And oft times to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told as happy prologue to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. The supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why have they given me earnest of success, commencing with the truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than audible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered with surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look, how our cousins rapt.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Come, let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come, friends!
Is execution done on Cawdor?
Sire.
Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving it. He died as one that had been studied in his death to throw away the dearest thing he owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved, that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness parties to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanted in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know that we will establish our estate upon our eldest Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I will be myself the harbinger to make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else I'll leap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand. Yet let that be which the eye fears when 'tis done to see.
True, worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him whose care has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the prefect's report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood rapt in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, "Hail, King, that shalt be. This I have thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart. Farewell. Ah, Glamis, thou art in Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, and not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. For thou wouldst highly, thou wouldst holily, wouldst not play false, and yet would strongly win. Thou'dst have great Glamis. That which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it. And rather than dost fear to do, than wishest should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What are your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
The man to say it. Is not thy master with him, who would so would have informed for preparation?
So
Please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Get him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan onto my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts. Unsex me here. Fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop at the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctuous visitings of nature shake my felt purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and to pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Oh, great love! Oh, worthy God! Greater than both, by the all hail him after. Oh, thy letters transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I'll feel the future in the instant.
My dearest love. Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Oh, your face. My pain is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. They are welcome in your eye. Your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower. But been settled under it. He that's coming must be provided for. And you must put this great night's business into my dispatch. It shall, to all our nights and days to come, give solely a sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will talk further.
Only look up clear. Do all her favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, does approve by his love masonry that heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed in procreant cradle, where they most breed and haunt. I have observed the air is delicate.
See our honored hostess. The love which follows us sometime is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains and thank us for your trouble.
All our service in every point, twice done, and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old and all the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath holp him to his home before us. Fair and gentle hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs, and can't. To make their audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand, conduct me to mine host. We love him highly and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
if it were done when 'tis done, but when it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here, but here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we'll jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so cleared in his great office, that his virtues plead like angels trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which all leaps itself and falls on the other. How now, what news?
He's almost out. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, not he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? Promised time is such I account thy love. Art thou feared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon thy wood like the poor cat of the adage?
I pray thee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. No time, no place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They made themselves, and that their fitness now doth unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, pluck the nipple from his boneless gums and dash the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
We should fail.
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. And Duncan is asleep. Whether the rather shall his lieutenant's harjourners only invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the water of the brain, shall be a fume, and their seat of reason a Lindbeck only. When in swinish sleep, the drenched nature lies in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quill?
Bring forth men, children only. For thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. But shall it not be received when we have marked with blood the sleepy two of his own chamber and used their very daggers that they have done it?
Oh, dares receive it, other, as we make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I'm settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. Hmm? 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 'Tis
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I've not heard the clock.
She goes down at 12.
I take it 'tis later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take thee this, too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me. Yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's here?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been in unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your officers. This diamond he greets your wife withal by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you, they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kind's leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchised. And allegiance clear. I shall be counseled.
Good repose the word.
Thanks, sir. Alike to you.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this the dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this, which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon, gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one half world, nature seems dead. And wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarumed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch. Thus with stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides, towards his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabout, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. words to the heat of deeds. Too cold breath gives. Let go. And it is done. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell which summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk has made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Look. Peace. This was the owl that shrieked. The fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He's about it. The doors are open. The surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I've drugged their bosses, so that death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die. They have awaked, it is not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. I lay the daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it. My husband.
I've done the deed. Dost thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owls scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended.
Aye.
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donald Bain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say sorry sight.
Just one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening their fears. I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. The death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher at life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Oh, I really think you do unbend your noble strength, think so brave, sickly of things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the sleepy groom's blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look once again, I dare not.
Oh, infirm of ribbons, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms with all for him. See that guilt.
Whence is this knocking? How is with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Oh, they pluck out mine eyes! Will great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. This my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red!
My hands are of your color. Then I shall know where I'm so white. Knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Your constancy has left her unattended. More knocking. Put on your nightgown, lest occasion call and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best I'll not know myself.
Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking.
I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter at Hellgate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, have napkins enow about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, faith, here's an English tailor, come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, knock, knock. Never at quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to have let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon. I pray you, remember the porter?
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Oh, faith, sir. We were carousing till the second cock. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
And what three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir. It provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him, makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I think drink gave thee the lie last night.
Oh, that it did, sir, in the very throat on me. But I requited him for his lie, and I think, being too strong for him, though he took up my legs sometime, yet I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes. Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know 'tis a joyful trouble for you, yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in, physics pain. This is the door.
I shall make so bold as to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did a point so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down. And as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death and prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion, confused events new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Your heart cannot conceive. What's the matter? Confusion now hath made his masterpiece more sacrilegious. Murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building. What did you say? The life?
Mean you, His Majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See. And then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell. Murder and treason! Banquo! Donald Bain! Malcolm! Awake! Shake off this downy sleep death's counterfeit! Look on death itself. Up and see the great doom's image. Malcolm! Banquo! As from your graves rise up and walk like sprouts to countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet caused to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak, speak.
Gentle lady, it is not for you to hear what I can speak. Repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo. Banquo. Our royal master is murdered.
Alas. What? In our house?
To crawl anywhere! Bid off, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so!
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped. Your royal father is murdered.
My home! Those of this chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them. Wherefore did you so? Who could be wise, amazed, temperate, and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outran the pauser reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood. His gashed stabs look like a breaching nature of a ruin's wasteful entrance. They're the murderers. Their daggers unmannerly, breached with gore. Who could refrain but had a heart to love, and in that heart, courage to make his love known?
Oh, no, me, I'm sorry.
Why do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for ours?
What should be spoken here, where our fate, hidden in alcohol, may rush and seize us? It's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Temple, look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet to question this most bloody piece of work, to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treacherous malice.
And so do I.
So I.
And I. And I.
So all. Let's briefly put on manly readiness and beat in the hall together.
How contented.
What will you do?
Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland, I. Our separated fortune will keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft, which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
$210 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Ah, my good friend. Thou seest the heavens as troubled by man's act threaten his bloody stage. By the clock 'tis day, and yet dark night strangles the traveling lamp. Is it night's predominance or the day's shame that darkness does the face of earth entomb when living light should kiss it?
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience as they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they eat each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon it. Here comes the good Macbeth. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
It's known who did this more than bloody deed.
Those whom Macbeth hath slain.
Alas, the day. What good could they pretend?
They were summoned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. Thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own life's means. And 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Comkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardians of their bones.
Were you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu. Lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Farewell, my friend.
God's benison go with you, and with those that would make good of bad and friends of foes.
grasp it now. King, Cawdor, Glamis, all as the weird sisters promised, and I fear thou playedst most foully for it. Yet it was said, it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set thee up in hope. But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
He had been forgotten. It would be as a gap in our great feast, and all the unbecoming.
Tonight, we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I shall require your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie. Forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council, but of that tomorrow. Is't far you ride?
As far as will fill up the time betwixt this and supper. Oh, go not my horse, the better I must become a borrower of the night, for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we shall have cause of state craving us jointly. Hie you to horse adieu till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. Well, then, God be with you. Sir, a word with you. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing but to be safely thus. Our fears and Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared, as much he dares. And to that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he, whose being I do fear. And under him, my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me and bade them speak to him. Then prophet-like they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown and put a barren scepter in my gripe, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them the gracious Duncan have I murdered. Put rancor in the vessel of my peace only for them. And mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come, fate, into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Now go to the door and stay there till I call. Now, was it not yesterday that we spoke together?
It was, though, please, Your Highness.
Well, then now, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in the times past, who held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last conference. Passed in probation with you, how you were born in hand, how crossed the instruments who wrought with them, and all things else that might to a half a soul and a notion crazed say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and I went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye, in the catalogue ye go for men. As hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, choughs and water rags, and demi-wolves are clept all by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, everyone according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him closed, whereby he does receive particular addition from the bill which writes them all alike, and serve men. Now, if you have a station in the file not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart in love of us, who were our health but sickly in his life, which in his death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world hath so incensed that I am reckless what I do despite the world.
And I another, so weary with disaster, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it, or be ridden in.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And in such bloody distance that every minute of his being presses against my nearest alive. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight, and Bidwin my will avouch it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weightier reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirits shine through. Within this hour at most, I would advise you where to plant yourselves. Acquaint you with the perfect spy, the time, the moment on't, for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace always thought that I required a clearness. And with him to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Fleance, his son, who keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam. It returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Not had. All spent. where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them. They think on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the fame of things disjoint both the worlds suffer. And we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. We, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, and on the torment of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle, my lord. Oh, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I love. And so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence with both eye and tongue. Unsafe the while, but we must lave our honors in these flattering streams and make our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his fleance lives.
But in them, the nature's cup is not eternal.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums, hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
The innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, and whilst night's black angels to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelest at my word. Hold thee still! Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So, pity, go with me.
But who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth? He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the directions just.
Stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the lated traveler apace to gain the timely inn. And near approaches the subject of our watch.
I hear horses.
Here is a light. Oh.
Then 'tis he. The rest that are within the note of expectation already are at the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile. What he does usually, so all men do from hence to the palace gate may get their walk.
A light! A light!
'Tis he.
Stand to it.
It'll rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Slave.
With one down. The sun is fled. We have lost best half of our affair.
Let's away and say how much is done. You know your own degrees? Sit down. But first and last, a hearty welcome. Ourselves will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks, they are welcome.
See, they encounter thee with their hearts' thanks. The table's even. Here I'll sit in the middle. Be large in mirth. Anon we'll drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Bangor's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My good lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art the nonpareil.
Most royal Sir Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I'd else been perfect. Whole as the marble, founded as the rock. As broad and gentle as the casing air. But now I'm cabined, cribbed, confined, bound in to saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my good lord, safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trenchant gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sound that is not often vouched while 'tis a making. 'Tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home. From hence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting were bare without it.
Sweet remembrance, sir. A good digestion, wait on appetite, and health on both.
Will it please your highness sit?
Here have we now our country's honor roofed, where the greatest person of our bank were present, whom may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Pleased your highness to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here's a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my noble lord. What is that moves, your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gaudy locks at me!
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you, keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought, he'll be well again. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you, man?
I'm the bold one, but dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Of these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's story of a winter's fire, authorized by a granddad. Oh, shucks. Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Sit down. Behold, look, lo. I see you. Why, what can I? If thou canst nod, speak too. If charnel houses and our dames must send those that we bury back, our monument shall be the moors of kites.
Quite unmanned in folly.
As I stand here, I saw him.
Fie, for shame.
Blood hath been shed ere now in the olden time. A humane statute purged the gentle wheel. Aye, and since too, murders have been performed too terrible to the ear. The time is being that when the brains were out, a man would die and there an end, but now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on their crowns and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My royal lord, your noble friends do lack you.
Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. Then I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Oh, fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table. And to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss, would he were here. To all and him we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties and the pledge.
I quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. There is no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
Consider this a thing of custom could pierce. Only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare, I dare. Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, or the armed rhinoceros, or the Hyrcaean tiger. Take any shape but that, and my strong nerves will never tremble. I'll be alive again, and there into the desert with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit then, protest me the baby of a girl. Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! Why, so, being gone, I am a man again. Pray you be still.
You have displaced the mirth. It broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be? And overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange! Even to the disposition that I owe, and now I think you can behold such sights! And keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
Praise. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. That once could not. Stand not upon the order of your going to go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
Kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by magpies and choughs and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that Macbeth denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way. But I will send. There's not a one of them but in his house. I keep a servant fed. I will tomorrow. And betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak. For now I am bent to know by the worst means, the worst. For my own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood stepped in so far. that should I wade no more, returning were as tedious as gore. Strange things I have in head that will to hand, which must be acted, ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, we'll to sleep. This strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts, which can interpret further. Only I say. Things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed, for Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. Who could not want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm, for Donald Bane, to kill their gracious father? Damn that fact. How it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not in pious rage the two delinquents tear, who were slaves of drink, thralls of sleep? Was not this nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for it would have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, as an it please heaven he shall not, they should know what it were to kill a father. So should Fleance, but peace. For from broad words and for he fails his present at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff is gone to pray the holy king upon his aid to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward, that by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again bring to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets, bloody knives, do faithful homage, and receive free honors. All which we pine for now. And this report hath so exasperate the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did. And with an absolute sir, not I. And the cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, as who should say, you'll rule the time that clogs me with this answer.
And that well might advise him to a caution, to hold whatever distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel, fly to the court of England, there unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country by a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers to him.
Thrice the brinded caddock mewed, rice, and once the hedge pig whined. Harpier cries, 'tis time, 'tis time. Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. Told that under cold stone days and nights as 31, sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double, toil and trouble, fire, burning cauldron bubbles. Billet of a fenny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and the blind worm's sting, lizard's leg
and owlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble, like a hell-brought boil and bubble. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn, cold and bubble, scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulp of the ravening salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark, liver of blaspheming Jew, god of goat and slips of you, slivered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and Tartar's lips, finger of birth strangled babe, ditched delivered by a drab, make the gruel thick and slab, add thereto a tiger's children, for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burning, over and bubble, wound it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and everyone shall share in the gains. And now about the cauldron sing, like elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in.
Twinkling of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
And are you secret black and midnight hags? What is you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess, howe'er you come to know it. Answer me to what I ask you.
Speak!
We'll answer.
Say if thou'st rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call them. Let me see them.
Pouring sow's blood that hath eaten her 9 pharaoh, grease that sweating from the murderer's gibbet, threw into the flame. Come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Tell me the unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, where Macduff, where the Thane of Fife, dismiss me. Enough. Where the heart of thy good warning thanks? Thou hast helped my fear aright, but one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here is another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth.
Have I 3 years, I'll hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? And yet I'll make assurance double sure and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted, feared lies and sleep in spite of thunder. But what is this? The rise is like the issue of a king.
Listen, but speak not.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish me until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That shall never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree, and fix his earthbound root? Sweet Baldwin's good. Rebellious dead rise never till the wood of Burnham rise, and our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal fortune. Yet my heart throbs to hear one more plea. Tell me if your heart can tell so much. Shall banquo issue ever reign in this kingdom? I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and a terrible curse fall on you. Let me know. Why sinks that cauldron? And what noise is this?
Too like the spirit of Banquo.
Down, thy crown to sear mine eyeballs. And thy hair, while other gold-bound brow is like the first, a third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth, starred eyes, one with a line straight out to the crack of doom. Another yet, a seventh. I'll see no more. And yet the eighth appears, who bears a glass which shows me many more than some I see the twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! Now I see 'tis true. For the blood-bolted Banquo smiles upon me and points at them with his. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir. All this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly?
Where are they? Gone! Let this hour stand. I, accursed in the calendar, come in without there!
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse who was't came by.
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England.
Aye, my good lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is or took unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand, and even now to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No, boasting like a fool! This deed I'll do, therefore this purpose cool, but no more sides! Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. But the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear, and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest coz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumor from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea each way and move. I take my leave of you.
Will not be long, but I'll be here again.
Things at the worst will cease. Or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin. Blessing upon you.
fathered he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I'm so much a fool. Should I stay longer, it would be my discomfort and your disgrace. I take my leave at once.
No. Sarah! Your father's dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What? With worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean. And so do they.
Poor bird, thou wouldst never fear the net nor line, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds they are not set for. My father is not dead for all your sayings.
Yes, he is dead. And how wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell again.
Oh, thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet he faith, with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Every one that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swears are fools. For there are liars and swears enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Now God help thee, my monkey. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Pratt, how thou talkest.
Bless you, fair dame. I am not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you'll take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Hence, with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, to do good sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where's your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor.
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain!
You egg!
Oh!
Run, run, run!
Merciful heaven. What man? Ne'er pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
My children, too.
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I should be from thence. My wife killed too.
I have said.
Be confident. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
Ye have no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, how kind. Oh.
Dispute it like a man.
But he is also feel it like a man. I cannot but remember such things were most precious to me. Or did heaven look on and would not take their part? A sin from the turf. they were struck for me. Oh, not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Oh, heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
I could ply the wound with mine eyes, and the bracket with my tongue. Oh, gentlemen, cut short all intimation. Front to front bring thou this fiend of Scotland. Within my sword length set him, and if he escape, heaven forgive him too.
I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your reports. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterward seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature. To receive at once the benefits of sleep, yet do the effects of walking. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not repeat after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Not to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Know you. Here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yes, it is a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out. Damn spot. Out, I say. One, 2. Well, then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and afeard. What need we fear? Who knows it? But none can call our power to account. Yet I would have known the old man to have had so much blood in him.
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will this hand's near be clean? No more of that, Lord. No more of that. You mar all the distorting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she's known.
The smell of blood still. Oh, the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well,
Pray God it be, sir.
this disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep, who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you, Yebian Bangle's buried. He cannot come out in his grave.
Even so.
To bed, to bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed. To bed, to bed, to bed. To bed, to bed, to bed. To bed, to bed, to bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. And so good night. My mind she has mated and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Revengers burn in them, for their dear causes would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way are they coming.
Who knows if Donalbain be with his brother? For certain, sir, he's not. I have a file of all the gentry. There's Seward's son and many unrough youths that even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murders sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hanging loose about him, like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief.
Who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Well, march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him pour we in our country's purge, each drop of us.
Or so much as it needs, to dew the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham.
Bring me now the reports! Let them fly all! Till Burnham Wood remove to Dunsinane, I cannot interfere. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Where goes that goose look?
There's 10,000.
Geese, villain!
Soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy cheeks and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldier's patch? Death of thy soul. Those linen cheeks of thine a counsel is to fear. What soldier's wayface?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face, hands. Seaton, I'm sick at heart when I behold. Seaton, I say!
this push will cheer me ever, or deceit me now. I've lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sere, the yellow leaf. And that which should accompany old age is honor, love, obedience, troops of friends I must not look to have. But in their stead, curses. Not loud, but deep. Mouth honor, breath. But the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Season!
What your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight! Till from my flesh my bones be hacked. Bring me mine armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Scour the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armor! How does thy patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with the coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow? Phase out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs. I'll none of it. Come! Put my armor on. Give me my staff. Seaton, send out. Doctor! The fiends fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cleanse the water of my land, find her disease and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Oh, pull it off, I say. What rhubarb senna or what purgative drug would scour these English hence? Hearest thou then?
Aye, my good lord. Your royal preparations make us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane. To Burnham Forest, come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins! I hope the days are near at hand, the chambers will be safe.
We doubted nothing.
What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery err in report of us.
It shall be done.
We learn no other but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope. For where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve with him but constrained things, whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes must arbitrate, toward which advance the war.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls! The cry is still, they come! Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie, till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them, dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
I have almost forgotten the taste of fears. The time has been. My senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. And my fell of hair would, at a dismal treatise, rouse and stir as life wouldn't. I'm sopped full with horrors,
Direness familiar to my slaughterous thoughts cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The Queen, my lord, is dead.
Oh, she shall not die hereafter! The would have been untied by such a word! Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Our brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his art upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Now come, so use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar, slave!
Do your wrath of it be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say, a moving grove.
If thou speakst false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much.
I pull in resolution. Doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not, till Burnham would do come to Dunsinane, and our wood comes towards Dunsinane. Arm and out! If this which here vouches disappear, there is no flying hence nor tarrying here. I din to be aweary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind, come rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough. Your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon what else remains to do, according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They've tied me to a stake. I cannot fly. But bear-like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one I am to fear or none.
What is thy name?
Not be afraid to hear it.
No. Though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any's in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, no more fearful.
Thou liest. Horrid tyrant! My sword! I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou wast born of woman! With swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn. Brandished by man, but of a woman born!
That way the noises. Tyrant! Show thy face, if thou be slain. And by no stroke of mine, my wife, children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves, either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword, with an unbattered sheath, I'll sheathe again on thee. There thou shouldst be, for by this great clatter one of greatest note seems bruited. Let me find him fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord, the castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day almost itself professes yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound! Turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword.
The terms can give thee out and lose his labor. As easy mayst thou the entrenchant air with thy keen sword impress as make me bleed. On vulnerable crests. I live a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely whipped.
Because it be the hand that tells me so. For it hath cowed my bed upon a man. And be those jangling fiends no more believed, which palter this in a double sense. But keep the word of promise to our ear, and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee!
Then yield, thee coward, and live to be the show and the gaze of the time. We'll have thee, as our rarer monsters are, painted upon a pole and under it, here, may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield. To kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, to be baited with the rabble's curse. Though Blenheim would be come to Dunsinane, and thou opposed, being of no woman born, yet I'll try the last. Before my body, I lay my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff.
I would the friends we miss were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived but till he was a man, the which no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead?
Aye, and brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, an affront.
Why then God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have heirs, I would not wish them to a fairer death. And so his knell is knolled.
He's worth more sorrow, and that I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. And so God be with him. Here comes newer comfort.
Ah.
Hail, King of Scotland, for so thou art. Behold where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee compassed by thy kingdom's pearl, who speak their salutations with their minds, whose hearts I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!